guys, welcome back. In today's video, I have another class for you. I'm going to show you guys how to create a black smoky eye without looking too crazy. So without further ado, let's get started with today's class. This is Painterly Paint Pot from MAC. I'm going to take this with my finger and apply a thin layer all over my eyelid. The palette that I'm using today is the one that I'm so obsessed with, guys. This is from Lorac. It's the Pro Matte palette. And I absolutely love this palette because it's full of matte shadows and they're basically everyday wearable. And you can create a very subtle eye daytime wearable. And then, of course, you can go all dramatic like this one and do a smoky eye. So the first color that I'm taking is going to be this mauvey pink. And for that, I'm using a Zoeva Luxe Crease Brush 228. So any fluffy blending brush with white hair is going to work perfectly. The reason I say white hair is because it picks up less product. So that's why I love the white hair brushes. And this color, remember I told you guys, grab the brush towards the end. That way you have a softer hand and it blends out a little bit smoothly. This color, guys, you want to start by building up the intensity. So I'm placing this color here onto the crease, but since it's a blending brush, it's gonna kind of cover a little bit of the eyelid, a little bit up here, and you want to tap off the excess every time you pick up product. But this color, guys, I am gonna drag it a little bit all the way up here, kind of closer to on my brow bone, but a little bit closer to the eyebrow, because I really want this color to be one of the ones that shows up as the colors are gradually fading into this, as you guys can see in this one eye here. I'm also bringing it all the way in here, and then I'm also going to drag it all the way to the bottom as well. And you should end up with something that looks like this. The next color in this palette, guys, is Chocolate, which is a matte brown. And I'm using a Sigma E25 brush. This one in particular is from the Nightlife collection. That's why the handle looks a little bit different. This was designed by Camilla. So I'm going to take this brush. So just place this color here, starting on the outer corner, and then start by dragging it in. If you go back and forth, guys, like this, kind of just starting from the outside and dragging the color in instead of circular motions, you kind of have a lot more control as far as where you want the shadow to be so it doesn't go all over the place. And then I'm also going to take this color Chocolate and apply it on the outer corner all the way to the inside. Alright, so this is not completely well blended, but I wanted to move on to the black shadow, which is this one, completely matte black. It's called Jet Black, okay? And this, you want to take a flat shader brush like this one. This is just an eyeshadow brush. I forgot where I got this, but just get something that's flat, either natural hair fibers or synthetic like this one is going to work, guys. And pick up the color. Black, guys, is not that forgivable, so always pick up a small amount and then gradually build up from the black. Always, always, always. You're just gonna save yourself so much heartache. Not really heartache, but you know what I mean. Okay, so I'm packing the color on. Okay, the black, you'd never want to go like that, never. So I pack the color on. I like to start right here where I want the color to be the most intense, which is usually around the lash line. And I'm not gonna go too close to the side either. So this is primarily when I'm keeping the color. The more layers of black that you do, it's gonna start to crease, which is kind of what happened on this eye. Just not a big deal, it doesn't look that bad, but it could be completely creaseless. Okay, so pack on the color, start dragging it up, blending out the edges. Now that you have the black placed, go back in with your E25 blending brush and make sure you wipe off all the color. You just want it completely clean. And then I'm going to start by doing very small circular motions. We're just going back and forth actually with this one. And start by blending out the edge of the black. I like to have this near me so I can just go back and take off some of that excess black that the brush might pick up. So I can go back in and do more blending without smudging the black all over. So just have something that you can just wipe off, even just a tissue. It's gonna do the job. So now what I like to do next is grab a black eyeliner pencil. This one is by far my favorite. This is from Kevyn Aucoin, and the color is called Basic Black. It's very creamy, it glides on, easy to blend. And I am going to line my lash line. And then I'm taking this brush, which is a pencil brush from Bdellium Tools, and I'm just gonna start to smudge out the liner. Can't really see it on the top lid, but it actually does make a difference when you put on your false lashes. So I'm just making it a little bit more dark here on the lash line. I'm taking my eyeliner and lining my waterline as well. Then I'm gonna take my pencil brush and go in and start by smudging the liner. I'm gonna mix in pink mauve and corduroy, and I'm sorry I kept calling it chocolate, but corduroy. Chocolate would have worked better, but or the same. And I'm just going to drag my brush lightly here and diffusing the color as it gets closer to the inner corner. Next, I'm taking my Kevyn Aucoin lash curler and I'm gonna curl my lashes. The last color that I'm taking is called Linen, and I am taking a short shader brush from Sigma to apply this highlight color. You can also go towards the shimmery round, but this one just looks beautiful. I wanted to keep the whole look matte. Okay, so now I'm going to add 1 coat of mascara to my lower lashes. This one is from Marc Jacobs. It's a new mascara. It's pretty awesome too, guys. Just gonna take this, do 1 coat to the lower ones. And then the lashes that I'm using today, guys, are the Demi Wispies from Ardell. Alright guys, so now we're going to move on to the face now that we have the eye makeup done. I was not going to do the face, but I feel like for a black smoky eye, I wanted to show you what I would use for the face so you can complete the look without overpowering other areas of the face. So we're just going to focus on the eyes. So the first thing that I'm doing is using my Marc Jacobs Face Primer. This is the Invisible Undercover Perfecting Coconut Face Primer. So I'm just going to take a little bit, like this much, 1 pump. And always, I like to put on face primer on my nose, chin, and then blend it out. Now the foundation that I'm using is also a Marc Jacobs beauty product, and this is a full coverage foundation. Really awesome if you want to go for a nighttime event and you just really want your makeup and your skin to look completely flawless. It's going to cover up any little thing that you have, even tattoos. So it's a pretty intense foundation, but nonetheless it's still very light, and you have to blend it really quickly though, because it does kind of settle really fast. So you shake it up. The color that I'm using, guys, because they do have a wide range of colors, is beige golden. And you open it up like this and it has like a little daughter. And since it's my own personal foundation, I'm just going to take it straight to my face. And I'm using this Sonia Kashuk flat kabuki brush. And I'm just going to start, and I'm going to dab it, guys. A little bit goes a long way, so like that much. And then start to work in small areas. And you can see how much of a difference that is with my actual skin color. But I really like that. So small circular motions until you're completely blended. And again, make sure that you blend this in sections. Don't dot this all over your face, because if not, you're gonna have dots that are gonna be hard to blend out. I'm also not pushing this foundation all the way up to my eye area. I'm kind of like stopping here. And the reason I'm doing that is because I am going to use a really heavy duty concealer. So you don't need to add so much product so it doesn't crease up, you know? Okay, and I do like using a damp sponge to blend this out because it also kind of absorbs any excess foundation if you overdo it, because I think I overdid it on this cheek a little bit, but I fixed it. So now that you have a flawless face, I'm using the Age Rewind concealer in a neutralizer color, and this is from Maybelline. You can pick it up at the drugstore. Best concealer for this purpose. So I'm gonna start, and I'm just gonna put a little bit and bring it all the way up. Remember, I told you guys that if you bring up the concealer up, it's gonna give you like a mini facelift in a sense. It's all about illusion. So I like to do some here. I'm gonna do some on my chin, put a small amount. And then I'm also gonna dot some like that. And I'm not gonna do any on the bridge of my nose because it really doesn't make a big difference when I do that. So I'm gonna skip that today. And then again, with your damp sponge, start by pressing out the edge like that. Okay, this is all about pressing the color to blend so you keep it in the same place. If you're going like that and trying to blend it, moving it, then you're just going to move your foundation, and you're also going to move your concealer. I need to get a new sponge or throw this one away because it's so beat up. I use it all the freaking time. I love it. All right, and then I'm gonna switch to a bigger brush like this. This is from Sigma. It's a, this is the old brush that I have, so it doesn't have the current updated name, but I'm gonna drag it on my little cleaner, and I'm just gonna pat the concealer around this area to blend out the edge of this concealer. And then you can go back in with your blending brush and just kind of smoke out the color a little bit more, just in case you kind of brought some concealer on here, like that. Now I'm taking translucent Laura Mercier setting powder, and with a little wedge like this, I'm gonna pick some product and I'm just gonna dab it. Dab a small amount. We're not doing any of this heaviness. I honestly do not want to make this area any brighter because the concealer is already pretty bright, you know? So get yourself some setting powder and set your concealer in place. And then I'm taking the Soft Blend concealer and I'm gonna dip it into the powder as well. And I'm gonna dab this onto any other place that I put on some of my Maybelline concealer. Okay, I also like to do some on the side of my nose. This area tends to get oily. And onto my chin. Like that. So So now once you let that sit for 1 to 2 minutes, I'm just going to take my soft blend concealer brush and lightly brush off any of the powder. Even when you're brushing this off, guys, don't go too hard, because if you do, you're going to start to see areas where you're going to start moving the foundation and the concealer, and it's not going to be fixable. You're going to have to take all of that off. So all you want to do is just lightly dust it off. And then I'm going to set all of this in place, since I'm not going to use any more setting powders for the rest of my face, where I ended up using foundation. The foundation is cool because you don't need to set it with a powder, and I thought that was really cool. So I'm going to take my Bliss Set and Go face makeup setting spray and just mist my face. So now, guys, we're going to do the contour, and I'm using this new Gwen Stefani palette that just came out, and it has all of these beautiful highlights and one contour shade and some blushes. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to use the color OC, and I am going to take my brush that I love for this. It's the Lancome brush number 7. Actually, the color that I'm picking up is called Lo-Fi, and that's more like a bronzer. And I'm going to use the side of the brush to chisel on some contour, and then make it nice and flat and blend it out on the side. So I'm going to bring this color all the way around on the hairline. It's absolutely beautiful. It's like a very great color for contour because it's not too dark or it doesn't look dirty. It's just beautiful and bronzy. I love this one. Alright, so next I'm taking my Spotlight highlighter brush from Sigma, and I'm taking this Dior highlight, which is from their new Glowing Gardens collection. It's called Glowing Nude. So I'm going to pick up some color. I love the detailing. It's such a beautiful little packaging of this Dior highlight. But anyways, so this color is going to go right here. I'm actually going to switch brushes because I feel like that one doesn't really pick up a lot of product for how much highlight I really want to use. So this one actually comes with a little kabuki brush. And I never thought about using a kabuki brush for highlight, but I'm just going to swirl it in like that. And just with the tip of it, you can apply it precisely where you want it. A little bit down the bridge of my nose. Like that. And then before I move on to the lips, I am going to take my Benefit makeup remover and one Q-tip here, and I'm just going to take off any of the makeup that's on my beauty marks, so they don't look gray and you can actually see them, especially this one. And then I'm going to remove the makeup from my lips. So now the last final step, guys, are the lips, and I'm using the Perfectly Nude lip liner from Too Faced. So I'm just going to line them. I think I'm going to go towards the more pinkish nude so my face doesn't look like, you know, you don't have any lips. So the lip color that I'm wearing, or that I'm going to wear, is from Charlotte Tilbury. If I can find it. Yep, here it is. The color is called Penelope Pink. And that's it for today's class. I hope you guys enjoyed this step-by-step process of how to achieve a black smoky eye. If you did, please make sure to thumb it up so I can do more videos for you guys. Or if you have any videos that you want me to actually like teach a class on instead of just doing a speed through and just showing you how I put it on, let me know what you want to learn and I will make sure to make it happen for you. So, and give you guys a shout out. So leave me your requests down below. And if you want to see a list of all of the products in case you missed something or pronounce something wrong or whatever, you can go to my website and I'm going to have a list and links to all of the products that I'm using today, plus pictures of this makeup look and any more outfits of the day and cool stuff. It's all on my website, so check it out, guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe, and I can't wait to see you guys on my next one. Talk to you guys later, and deuces!